To remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hold on, interfering with public duties might not sound extreme at first, but when you're facing 6 months in jail and thousands in fines, it's no joke. Now, here's where it gets serious. This wasn't just any situation officers were serving a capital murder warrant. That's top tier, serious in the legal world. So even minor interference during that kind of operation can escalate very fast, and we're about to see exactly how fast it did.
On March 28, 2025, an officer was in the process of serving a capital murder warrant.
Picture this. Officers are surrounding a residence during a capital murder. Operation can possibly draw on tension in the errand. Then this guy just pulls up and walks straight into the chaos like it's his morning routine, the officer tells him. To stop multiple times hand, he ignores every single command. It's not just ignoring the law, it's walking into a legal buzzsaw. This wasn't a misunderstanding. This was direct interference in a live operation, dangerous and reckless.
On a suspect in Harris County, Texas. While conducting a felony stop, the defendant, who was identified by his Texas ID card, pulled up on the officer's perimeter, got out of their motor vehicle and began walking.
Okay, real talk, what would you have done? If cops were outside your home shouting commands while serving a murder warrant, would you walk toward them or stay back and let them handle business? Drop your thoughts in the comments because this guy made a choice that ended in a takedown, and not just that, wasn't even the suspect. It raises a tough question. When you're in the wrong place at the wrong time but also ignoring clear orders, who's really to blame?
To the residence where the murder suspect was. The officer supervisor ordered the defendant to stop and stay right there. The defendant refused and continued to ignore officers while walking towards the residence. The officer supervisor ordered the defendant to step back multiple times and then grabbed the defendant and took him to the ground.
Him?
Yes, Your Honor.
Was he the capital murder suspect?
No, Your Honor.
I live there.
Here's where things get interesting. Officer rereads the report and suddenly the details change. Turns out the murder suspect wasn't even in the house. He was seen inside a truck parked nearby. That puts our defendant in an even more awkward position. He thought he was walking toward his residential bed. In reality, he was entering an extremely volatile crime scene perimeter. This shift in detail completely reframes how dangerous the moment wasn't, how close he came to serious consequences.
Stop.
Oh, sorry, sir.
I believe that they were in the process of serving a warrant on someone else at the residence, and that's when they came in contact with the defendant.
Okay.
Ordered him to stop. He refused to stop going towards the residence, Your Honor.
Wait a second. So not only was the suspect not in the house, but this guy inserted himself for no reason at all. Let that sink in. The defendant walked into a crime scene that had nothing to do with him, ignored multiple commands, and then got taken down just for being too close to danger he didn't need to be near. That's the legal equivalent of running into a burning building. Just to ask what's going on, the officers weren't wrong to act fast. This situation could have turned deadly in seconds.
They served the warrant. What ended up happening?
Looks like after refusing commands, there was a brief struggle where he was detained.
And just like that, case dismissed, but the judge drops a line that should be taught in every high school. Don't get into a pissing match with the police because you're not going to win. That's not sarcasm, that's hard truth from the bench. It's easy to let emotions or pride cloud judgment, especially when it's your own neighborhood. But this courtroom moment proves that when officers give clear commands during a dangerous operation, the safe stand smartest move is to step back, not step forward.
Was the murder suspect there?
I'm not sure, Your Honor. It does not say. I have no further facts that show if the warrant was complete on the warrant or not, Your Honor, or completed at the time. I just believe they were in the process and believed him to be at the residence, and that's when this incident occurred.
Read it again, if you don't mind.
Yes, Your Honor. On March 28, 2025, the law enforcement officer and Squad 5 of the Houston Police Department's Gang Division served a capital murder warrant for a suspect observed inside a truck at a nearby residence. While conducting a felony stop, the defendant, who is identified by his Texas ID card, pulled up on the perimeter, got out of the vehicle, walked to the sidewalk, and began walking to the residence where the murder suspect was. The supervisor then ordered the defendant to stop and to stay right there. The defendant refused and continued ignoring officers and walking towards the residence. The The supervisor ordered him to step back multiple times, but the defendant was once again ignored the officers. The law enforcement officer grabbed the defendant and made him bounce and ground.
Okay, so now, but when you first started, you said they were going to a capital murder suspect in a car.
Yes, Your Honor. That's what, so I was originally reading the summary, and I'm going straight from the gems now, Your Honor. It looks like the suspect was observed inside a truck at a nearby residence.
So the suspect is not even in the residence. No.
Then they later state that that the suspect, that the defendant here was walking towards the residence where the murder suspect was. I'm not sure, Your Honor. I have nothing for that.
I find no probable cause in your case. Just be careful, man. When you get into a pissing match with
I understand.
who's going to win,
They are. I understand.
no.
Yes, sir.
All right.